I read this unforgettable story by singer-songwriter John Rich from All American Christmas. I am quoting John Rich in All American Christmas. One Christmas, with a single gift, my dad pretty much changed the direction of my life. I grew up in Amarillo, which is up in the panhandle of Texas. It's flat as a board, and the wind blows 40 miles an hour on a calm day. We got horrific tornadoes on account of it being located in Tornado Alley. My granny Rich is from about 90 minutes east of there in Pampa, Texas. So I've got a lot of deep roots out in Texas. My dad started preaching at 19 years old, but he was not the kind of preacher that preached in the big churches. He was more of a prison ministry preacher. He did a lot of revivals, he still does, and did so all through his youth. He would go to events like Mardi Gras and stand on the corner with a guitar around his neck singing gospel music and preaching to people as they walked by. That was his calling in life. He had a lot of success. He got a lot of people to consider eternity, people who would never have walked into a church building. I watched my dad slop hogs in a hog barn, down the road from where we lived. He sold cars. He gave guitar lessons. He was the night watchman at Amarillo National Bank. There were times when he would work more than 100 hours a week to provide for us all. He did an amazing job of that, and he set a great example for us. He had his calling, he had his day job, he made it all work so that we never wanted for anything. When I was about 5 or 6 years old, he said, "Hey, you want to go with me to watch me teach guitar lessons?" At one point my dad handed me a little plastic guitar. I think he just wanted me to have something in my hands so I wouldn't feel out of place. I said, "Sure. What kid doesn't want to tag along with his dad?" So we headed out to the music store in Amarillo where he taught. I took a seat behind him. I watched as he instructed 15 to 25-year-old people how to play guitar. I took that guitar and I got started learning. And by the time I was 6, going on 7, he invited me to sit behind him in the pulpit to play guitar. Him honoring me that way was something special. Over time he must have started to recognize, "Wow, my son's pretty good at this, he needs a better guitar than that." I didn't know he was thinking that. But as we rolled around to Christmas, I went to open up what we called our big Christmas present. It was a big box and I sat there thinking about what it could be. I couldn't figure it out. I opened this box up and what I saw was the guitar I'd been watching my dad play since the beginning of my life. It was the guitar he always played. I was only 7, and I was looking at that guitar and then at him. At first I wondered, why would he give me the thing that he so clearly loved and used? I didn't understand. Then my dad said, "You're as good as I am right now on this instrument. You need a real guitar, and with it, you're going to be better than I am. I have no doubt you will be better than me. So I want you to have it and use it." His guitar was a very fine piece of craftsmanship. The kind that someone could play for 20 years. As children we don't really think about the gravity of a gesture like that. Back then I just thought, okay, I guess I now own my dad's guitar. That's cool. But as I got older, I thought about that gift that he gave me that Christmas. Even though he couldn't afford to give it to me. He had something to give that was bigger than anything money could buy. He taught me about sacrifice, about putting someone else's interests ahead of your own. About putting your faith in something that you can't see yet, but you know is going to come down the line. And I'll tell you what, that guitar was and is something. I still have it. That's the guitar I auditioned on for bands. I played it at talent contests when I was in high school. All that ultimately led to me getting noticed by the music industry. And then having a music career. It all started with my dad handing that off to me.
Thanks for watching. We hope you will share this story.